we have a guest here in our vestibule. 3G has a picture of his tank, and I think he wants to come up and show it to us. And that is stunning. We put my ears on. 3G, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Nice to see you. That's
Good
a
morning.
beautiful, gorgeous tank. I love that big chunk of driftwood.
Yeah, I broke that off of a cypress tree that had been struck by lightning.
Oh, wow.
And
How
and
neat
it
is
was
that?
dead, and I just broke it off there and jammed it in there.
Cypress is a perfect wood to put in a tank. In Florida, it's against the law. We can't take cypress wood.
Yeah, this one was had been struck by lightning, and there was no top in it, and it was just some jagged pieces sticking up. And
Yeah. I got some cypress roots one time. The county was digging up um, a boat ramp, making a boat ramp, and they had to take cypress out. Not cypress. I'm thinking you're saying cypress, and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I'm thinking mangrove. Okay, cypress is different, right? Cypress
and
is not controlled.
here in Louisiana, you can collect it, but you cannot like cut off cypress knees.
Oh,
That
right.
You're not allowed to cut cypress knees off the cypress trees.
So you can take dead cypress.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a wonderful plant. I've had some cypress knees and cypress trunks while I had the shop. It's beautiful stuff. Mangrove is too. They're both, of course, bog plants, and they both do really well in fish tanks. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Tell us more about the tank.
It's a 75 gallon, and it's got it's dirted. It has natural organic soil in it, covered with black diamond blasting sand.
Mm.
Um,
Well, that's not black diamond on the top. What does it do? You put some
it is
white on it?
it is black diamond. It is the fine black diamond.
Oh,
The
okay.
the
It looks
coarser,
white. Yeah.
really, and a lot of people tell me it looks grayish.
Okay.
And but yeah, it is black diamond sand. It's just the finer. I didn't realize it when I got the bags.
Yeah, I like the fine sand. Is that a bumblebee goby? Those two guys in the front?
Those
What
are
are they?
Pandagara.
They are Pandagara. Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then long fin panda cories,
Yes. I saw
red
those.
tailed
Yeah.
Dalmatian platies,
Right.
long fin danios. There's some Suda McGill in there. There probably is
Ah,
at the very top. I also have some scarlet Bettas.
nice.
Um, there's cherry shrimp in there, bamboo shrimp,
What a
rabbit
great tank.
rabbit snails, and golden mystery snails.
Nice. Yeah, I've got rabbit snails. And your plants are looks like sword.
Do have some swords in there. Also have some dorsage,
Right.
some jungle val, couple of rotella, I believe it is, over in the
Okay,
left
right.
corner.
Rotella indica. Right.
Crips, hairgrass.
Nice crypts, yeah. Is that water sprite or water wisteria? In back of
Wisteria, yes, sir. It's
wisteria, yeah.
the wide leaf version.
Yeah, and in the over on the right hand side, you see one or two leaves. Is that an Aponogeton, like a crispus? Yeah, right there it is. That's a pretty plant.
I love that plant. That is one of my
Yeah.
favorite plants in there. Those
I know they're amazing, aren't they? I've got a
spiral
bunch of
leaves.
them. Yeah, they're beautiful. The Aponogetons are so easy and so stunning. They're just really an amazing plant.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it, Misfit. Beautiful tank. It's a 75, you said.
Yes, sir. It's been set up about 5 months.
Okay.
I,
Well, it's
I had
doing really well.
I had asked you about it gassing off,
Yes.
and it's slowed down. I mean, it was doing some serious gassing off, and I mean the fish and the plants were fine, but it slowed down, but it's still doing it quite a bit. More than
Huh.
I expected.
Well, there's a process that I refer to as chelation, Chelation. Uh, Chelation is a process whereby chemicals or minerals or compounds react with each other and create a more stable environment, a more stable chemical balance, if you will. Um, so, copper, for example, when copper is chelated, it becomes less toxic. But in these tanks where we have deep substrate, particularly if we're installing the supplements or any kind of supplement like iron oxide or other supplements, those will go through that chelation process. They'll react with the other chemicals that are in that soil and they will create those bubbles. Now, there are other things that do it too, but it's almost always nitrogen gas, which is totally harmless. It's the most common gas on Earth, and it is what causes the bubbling. The bubbles are never toxic.
Right. And
By the time they
I have not noticed anything, ill happening to the tank because of it. The only drawback is my dog barks at the tank every time it does
oh, that's funny.
it.
Hulk Logan's is here. I want to talk with him a bit. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thanks for having me up.
Oh, delightful. I love your tank. It's really beautiful.
I have about 6 other deep substrate tanks, and I'll come up again and share some of them
Oh,
sometime.
please do. Absolutely. Nice to see you. Bye.
Thanks for having me again.
You bet. Bye for now. All right. Hawk Logan's is here. Hey, Hawk Logan's. Well, look
Hey,
at
how are
this
you doing,
guy.
Father Fish?
Good. How are you?
Doing really, really good, actually.
That's a beauty. Look at that.
It's my 125. You've seen the evolution of this tank as time went on. So,
Yes. I don't know if I can.
one plant that I noticed that takes over a lot is the Ludwigia, because I have a lot of it in there,
Okay.
and of course the Amazon swords. But one fish that's still doing pretty good, but it got a lot bigger. You can see it down there at the bottom. Is the dragon goby I bought from you?
Oh my word! Look at that. Wow.
And I think it's kind of cool how they when they're burrowing, trying to get down into the substrate, they like
Yes.
slither their whole body.
Right.
So,
Right.
and another plant that's doing really well, I'm not sure if you can see the leaves popping out over there, is the Anubias.
Yes, I do see it. It's gorgeous. Is that a compacta over by the filter? It looks
A what?
like a compacta. It's called.
No, I got some fake plants in there to kind of fill it out until the Ludwigia starts spreading.
All
But
right.
it's a way
Beautiful
to
sword. Yeah.
Yeah, the sword
Is
over
that
there ain't doing.
Is that a big piece of driftwood in the middle?
Yes, I actually got that from the in-laws' house.
That's stunning. It's really beautiful.
And then, of course, I got my green Severum in there. That's Fred.
Right. Severums are such a neat fish.
So
There
are those
he goes.
blood parrots.
Yes, they are, aren't they? They absolutely
I've actually had them lay eggs once, and I thought they couldn't lay eggs because they were like a sterile fish.
Well, generally they're mules, but sometimes you'll get a hatching. Sometimes the male will not shoot planks. He'll have fertile sperm, and they'll be able to Yeah, be able to fertilize the egg. They're like
And
viables.
a lot of those angels that you see in there were actually from the hatchlings that I had. Remember some of the angels I gave you before the store
Oh
closed?
yeah, yep, yep. I
Some of
do.
those angels in there are from that spawn.
Oh, they're gorgeous. They're really pretty angels.
I'm actually happy with this tank.
It's a
It took a
beautiful
lot of
tank.
work, but
Yeah, beautiful tank. Very impressive.
I learned from Father Fish, and then of course got the wife's Betta tanks.
Does she has a colony of bettas in there?
Uh, in the hold on, I gotta walk around. I was sitting on the couch. In the 20 long,
Yes.
she has 4 female bettas.
Okay.
Here, that one right there is really stunning.
Yes.
And
Get her
then
some
she
more
has.
plants. That tank will support a lot more plants there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
She trimmed them back. I was like, why would you do that?
Okay. Really?
But then, of course, I got my corridor catfish in there.
Sure enough. Sure enough. Is this a deep substrate? Notice you have sand on it. Sure is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then
Nice.
this tank, I didn't want to do deep substrating because it's such a small tank, but this is her male betta.
Oh, he's stunning.
She actually got him at, I think, a Petco or a PetSmart.
Yeah,
And I think
that's
he's
really.
absolutely.
It's just gorgeous. That color is called mustard gas.
Mustard gas?
You know, that's the color. That's the name of the color. Yeah, they're very unusual. The color is not common at all, and it's unusual to see a fish with that color as it is to find a green male betta. They're both
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
rare. Beautiful.
So she got a
fish.
rare fish.
She absolutely did. Yeah, it's a pretty one. She ought to
Yeah,
try to
but she wants.
be easy to breed.
We tried with the red. I think this is a crown betta, but they didn't get along. So we're probably going to try with the blue.
Look for an egg spot. An egg spot will be a white spot right at the ovipositor near the anus on a female. If you see that white spot, that means she's ready to spawn. What you want to do then is put her in a jar and float her in his tank until it begins building a bubble nut. Then once he does that, then you can release her, and they should spawn within a few hours. When
I
they're
think this one's
finished,
getting close.
I see an egg spot. Yep. Now, an older female won't not necessarily breed. They can be aggressive and just give the male a hard time. But he's a pretty big guy. He looks like he can handle himself.
Oh,
so
yeah.
give it a shot anyway. Once they spawn, then take the female out and let him take care of the eggs.
Yeah, she does have an egg spot. I see it right there.
Yeah, that's right. I could see it. So give it a go. See what you can do.
All right. Thanks for having me on, Father Fish.
Oh, love it. Very nice. Thank you so much for coming up. Bye for now.